In your headlines, the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands police force has lost one of its ranks. Officials say rumors circulating across social media regarding alleged mandated 7-day frame for stimulus collection is false. And students from the Maranatha Academy executed their Teachers' Day 2022 with a bang. From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providenciales, your number one source for news, I'm Erica Pinales, delivering the latest from across the country this Thursday, March 10th, 2022, right to your door. Newswatch starts now. Honorable Akira Mizik speaks on the recently held Housing Stakeholder Engagement Forum. She says her government is working to ensure that home ownership is attainable for a wider cross-section of the TCI's communities.
The conversation led us to acknowledge that the startup initial cost of home ownership could be cost prohibitive, and that basically means that either the initial deposit, the legal fees, the stamp duty payable could really hinder someone from entering into the property ladder.
The forum's discussion pushed officials to review solutions for the aforementioned in order to make homeownership more achievable across the board. It starts with taking a closer look at the fees associated with home building and purchasing, as well as discussions on a rent-to-own program.
Some of the solutions that were discussed and that we did have some buy-in at the forum were rent-to-own programs, which would provide government an opportunity to develop a housing product or a housing solution that would provide the would-be users of it an opportunity to get on their feet, to stabilize their income as well as their expenditure, and seek to eventually purchase the unit that they have been placed into.
The forum was held in two parts, beginning with banks and lending institutions, followed by landholders, realtors, and developers. On the upside, realtors shared that suitable properties are readily available to undergo these developments. In speaking with Honorable Akira Mizik, Newswatch also got some interesting news out of the National Housing Survey, which is currently being reviewed. Stay tuned for more on that.
The Royal Turks and Caicos Islands police force has lost one of its ranks. Wednesday evening, the news of the sudden death of Nivlin Moore shocked residents. Details in this report.
Wednesday night, a family was left devastated when Nivlin Moore, a police constable with the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force, succumbed to an as yet undetermined illness. Sometime around 8 p.m. Wednesday night, the shocking news was shared widely online by residents, and shortly thereafter confirmed by the police commissioner, Trevor Baton. Baton says Moore's death was sudden. Constable Moore, who worked with the investigation team on Grand Turk, took ill earlier on Wednesday, after complaining of feeling unwell a few days earlier. She was taken to the hospital, but the best efforts of doctors and nurses could not save her, and she died. Her cause of death is unknown, and Commissioner Baton says speculations would not be made at this point in time, as the cause will be known soon enough. The Commissioner says, quote, "The officers and staff of the Royal TCI Police Force are stunned by this devastating news of the loss of one of us, our sister, our colleague, and our friend. Constable Moore served our communities with dedication and pride. As we mourn her death, I ask that our communities keep her immediate family, her friends, and her colleagues, especially those on Grand Turk, in their prayers." End quote. Baton says there are undoubtedly some very difficult days ahead for the police force as they come to terms with Constable Moore's loss. But as a police family, they will draw strength and support from each other to deal with their grief and sadness. Moore was a mother of two at the time of her passing, and the sister of the TCI's top chef, Jago Moore. For PTV News Watch, I'm Delana Alves.
Don't go anywhere, more News Watch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Earlier today, the Maranatha Academy did not fall short behind with their Teachers' Day 2022 under the theme Success for Every Learner. We take a look. Newswatch got the opportunity to chat with the deputy head girl and one of the prefects at the academy who happened to take the lead in organizing the day.
So today we're basically celebrating teachers under the theme Success for Every Learner. Not only teachers but staff, because we do believe at the Maranatha Academy that teachers are not the only one that runs the school. Yes, us students, we have a part, but not oftentimes do the staff get appreciated. So we want to appreciate the staff as well with the teachers.
Coincidentally, the girls revealed that they're also best friends who took pride in working diligently as a team to put together the eventful day.
Well, I helped. She is the main organizer, so all props go to her. But, I helped her. We're best friends. So, I was her, support. When,
my backbone, basically.
Yeah, her backbone when she couldn't, handle all the pressure and the stress. We planned everything together. This whole program is what it is because of her, and not only because of her, because everyone helped with it too.
Yes, and that's what I also want to add is I could not have done this on my own. If I didn't have the support of my classmates, my teachers, my parents, my families, this program would not, and even you guys, this program would not have been able to, be what it is today.
Being a high school student faced with deadlines and assignments and extracurricular activities isn't an easy task, as the deputy head girl explained. However, even through this, the students of the academy still managed to pull all of their resources and creativity to make their teachers and staff members more than appreciated.
Between handling classwork and handling the role of being deputy head girl and prefect is already enough. But to be able to pull off this program, late nights, early mornings, changing things last minute. You have to call up the tech team saying, okay, XYZ, this is the case. It was a lot. It was a lot.
They candidly admitted that even though the trying times did arise, they used it as a lesson which tested their resilience.
We're very grateful. Very, very, very grateful. Coming closer to today, we thought that we couldn't pull it off, and we thought that yesterday was tough. It was changing things last minute.
Even this morning,
we were kind of like, okay, so are we going to do this or are we not? So now that it is, how we want it to be, even with all the challenges, we're very grateful.
Richard Morgan, the principal of the Maranatha Academy, vocalized his heartfelt feelings of the appreciation and pride towards his students.
As you can see from the vibes, as the director said, of the students, I really feel appreciated, yes.
He explained that the teachers take pride in knowing that they can trust their students with tasks because they have assured themselves that their students are able and can manage to not only plan but execute proficiently.
It's good when we can give them ideas and tasks to do and see them carry out those tasks on their own. It allows us to feel that we are really making a difference in their lives.
Morgan shared that although they are aware of how capable the students are, the staff at the academy still played a great part in the execution of the day.
Yes, we did. It was a partnership between staff and students. The students, however, did their part almost entirely on their own, and so we know balancing school and extracurricular activities and all that, it can be quite stressful, which makes us extra proud that they're able to plan and execute so well.
Morgan was set on the program to award the teachers and staff of the Maranatha with tokens of appreciation on the special day, as he elucidated.
Today I will be handing out some special awards. We know that teachers are the most important resource of the institution, And so we want to recognize the work and the worth of the teachers who have been serving this institution well over the many years, and also teachers and persons who are like teachers. They might not be employed as teachers, but indeed they do teach through their various roles. We want to celebrate with them their contribution to the school and to the students. And so today I'll be handing out some special awards to these persons.
He expressed his gratitude to the fact that the job of a teacher isn't an easy one. Still, their students recognize the passion and love they teach with and made them feel appreciated on this day.
One, it's a humbling experience to recognize that what the teachers do, it is really appreciated. Sometimes teaching is a thankless job. We will give of ourselves, and the thank you is not really there sometimes, but it is a bit different here at Maranatha. The children have really pulled out all the stops to make us feel special.
Finally, Morgan ended expressing his feelings of gratitude once again and sharing his excitement in making a new memory as he experienced his first Teacher's Day as the new principal of the Maranatha Academy.
The outcome, as I said before, it is good. The teachers are humbled and excited at the same time, so a lot of mixed reactions and emotions there. But I feel that the exercise is a good one, and it is going to be permanently etched in our memories. We will remember this for years and years to come. We might be able to tell our grandchildren of this great day.
Government officials say those rumors circulating across social media regarding an alleged mandated 7-day time frame for stimulus collection said to have been recently implemented are completely false. Here's more.
In contacting Deputy Premier and Minister of Finance Honorable E.J. Saunders, he confirmed that allegations being circulated of a 7-day collection mandate for the inflation stimulus grant are completely untrue. He says approved applicants still have 6 months to collect their $500 stimulus checks before the checks are canceled. A voice note circulating prompted questions across social media, with persons puzzled, wondering just how the 7-day process would work, especially from a distributor's standpoint, which would prove nearly impossible when considering the manpower to stimulus recipient ratio. The report we now know to be false suggested that persons had 7 days after receiving their approval emails to collect their stimulus checks or risk not being able to receive them altogether. This information, we are told, is baseless. With lines stretched to the back of the building of the distribution centers and the process opened from early morning well into the afternoon, one can't help but wonder where such a report would have originated, as the minister says he himself has not the slightest clue. Approved persons still have 6 months after their approval to collect their stimulus checks at the island's treasury branches and are reminded to walk with a form of government-issued identification. Persons are reminded to avoid falling victim to false claims made over social media and to be encouraged to always corroborate important information.
Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Coming up next is your sports authority and weather forecast.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Here's the latest in your sports authority and weather forecast.
Cricket returned to Providenciales after a 2-year hiatus. A sparkling 59 runs, which consist of 6 by 4 and 2 by 6 by ace player Garvin Bruno, and 49 runs, which was punctuated 7 by 4 and 2 by 6 by Mario Smith, enabled Caribbean Stars to overpower GK Super Kings as cricket match between Caribbean All-Stars and GK Super Kings was played on the 6th of March at the downtown ballpark. Battling first after calling correctly, GK Super Kings posted 145 runs for 4 wickets from 15 overs. The top scorer was R.N.M. Cutherlingham with 45 runs, 5 by 4 and 2 by 6s, and Anthony McKnight contributed with 31 runs, which was decorated with 5 by 4s. Bowling for Caribbean All-Stars, Lyndon Tyson captured 2 wickets for 26 runs from 3 overs, and Robert Johnson took 2 wickets for 17 runs from 3 overs. In reply, Caribbean All-Stars with the prescribed target of 12 overs, and the leading scorers were Gavin Bruno and Mario Smith. Bowling for GK Super Kings, Sidhu Hunter had 1 wicket for 38 runs from 3 overs. Here's a look at the weather forecast for March 11, 2022. Grand Turk on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 80, low 75. Winds east-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. South Caicos on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 80, low 76. Winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. North and Middle Caicos on Friday, partly cloudy skies, high 81, low 75. Winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Parrot and Pine Key on Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 81, low 76. Winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And on Providenciales Friday, mostly sunny skies, high 81, low 76. Winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Now your sunrise and sunset. Sunrise at 6:02 a.m. and sets at 5:58 p.m. High tides 1:54 a.m. and 2:22 p.m. while the low tides are at 8:30 a.m. and 8:18 p.m. That was your weather forecast. We'll be right back with more News Watch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence. We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future.
I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Welcome back to News Watch. Earlier today, there was an armed special force presence at the Blue Hills roundabout area. Information from the Office of the Deputy Commissioner of Police informed, however, that police presence was due to a regular police operation. The countdown to the Queen's Baton Relay is a few days away from arrival to the Turks and Caicos Islands, and on March 1st, 2022, News Watch was able to capture the unveiling of the billboard in Providenciales. Here's more. The Queen's Baton Relay is a game tradition that celebrates, connects, and excites communities from across the Commonwealth during the build-up to the Games.
As many of you all know, the Commonwealth Games every 4 years holds the four annual Games, and is always held somewhere in a Commonwealth territory. And this year is going to be held in Birmingham, England. That will be July 28th through the 8th of August. And before that happens, there's something we call the Queen's Baton. And there's a message in the baton that depicts for the athletes that the crane reads at the opening ceremony. And so this baton do a journey through all 72 Commonwealth nations. And that is for the reason is to keep us unified, and that the crane also have a presence in those countries.
During each visit, nations and territories will host events and activities that showcase untold stories from baton bearers, athletes, and young people who are striving for change in their community, as well as showcasing a project that addresses at least one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
Every country have its own unique way of presenting the baton. So here in Turks and Caicos, we decide to do many things. And it was supposed to be 30 days out, but my director of this event decided that she wanted to do it now. And so we begin with a banner and of the unveiling of the Queen's baton. And so all islands in the Turks and Caicos Islands, from Solkey all the way down to Providenciales, that's South, Grand Turk, Middle, North, we will be unveiling this banner at 4 o'clock on all the islands simultaneously.
Honorable Rachel Taylor, Minister of Education, who also holds responsibilities in sports, was present at the unveiling of the billboard, sharing her excitement.
I'm quite excited because today we have the opportunity to commence the hype leading up to the Commonwealth Games, and that will take place in Birmingham in July 28th to August 8th. But actually the Queen's baton will arrive in country on April 6th, and it's coming from the Bahamas. So we'll be here around the Turks and Caicos Islands for the 6th to the 8th. So this is actually the opportunity for us to hype up our students, because our students will be participating in track and field as well as swimming. So we have the opportunity to hype up the country, and we are doing this simultaneously on all the islands as we're going to unveil our signage in preparation for the arrival of the Queen's baton.
We gather that this is a great opportunity which includes school children, and ensure that every island and key throughout the length and breadth of the Turks and Caicos is represented with a supposed visit and will showcase their best attributes.
Given the opportunities for our young people to speak to exactly the levels of skill sets, how they have brought us from then to now in terms of their academics, in terms of their performance. So we're not just paying attention to sports, but we're looking at how we are able to empower our young people. So that is what we're looking at. And actually the theme for this year is sports for everyone. And it looks at the humanity aspect of it. It looks at inclusivity, ensuring that we have games that are provided for all our athletes. And not just games provided for all our athletes, but having a fair opportunities for males and females to be actively involved in sports. So the 54 member countries of the Commonwealth will be actively involved and engaged. And definitely, our athletes of the Turks and Caicos Islands will not be left behind.
Asked about the kind of investment that government is willing to make to ensure that the athletes from the Turks and Caicos are not left behind in the event, the minister answered.
Actually, we will. It's a partnership initiative, and that's the reason why the Ministry of Tourism is here with us. So they are putting together a package, and then based on the requests from them, we definitely will lend a support. So it will be the support in partnership with the Sports Commission. So the Sports Commission will be leading the role as it relates to my ministry in supporting our athletes in whatever way possible. So we definitely will ensure, as of previous years, this year's will be no different. If we have to hype up the support, that definitely will happen. And you notice I mentioned a while ago that we have students who are also going to participate in swimming. And we have noticed that based on the events that our students are engaged in internationally as well as regionally, they are doing quite well. And I was so pleased the other day when I had a meeting with the athletes. I said, what is it that you will want the minister to do for you? And the swimmers said, we want an Olympic pool. And we promised to deliver that within our this year term in government.
We've observed that the Tourism Board is in collaboration with the Commonwealth Games, perhaps as an opportunity to showcase the Turks and Caicos and our attributes, such as the hospitality, great cuisine, world-class beaches, and historic sites, to which Honorable Taylor candidly stated,
Definitely will ensure that we are promoted throughout the games. We'll take on every opportunity to capture the Turks and Caicos Islands through our various advertisements, and that's why the Minister of Tourism is also on board in supporting this initiative. But I want to take this opportunity to thank and congratulate TC3As, headed also by Ms. Rita Gardner, for the effort they have made and the various lines of items that they have prepared for all our students. And what I really liked about it when I saw the lineup of activities is that they have left none of the islands out. Even Saul Key will be a part of the Queen's Baton when it arrives on April 6th.
For PTV Newswatch, I'm Erica Pinales. That brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Pinales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.